Coming up on KTT, 2 shootings in Acadiana today, one in Crowley, the other in Abbeville, where one person is dead. Plus, the term Cajun country takes on a new meaning as residents petition the White House for Louisiana to secede from the Union. And veterans across the country being honored today. Tonight we salute those who served, past and present. The News at 10 starts now.
Live from the KATC TV3 studios, this is Acadiana's News Channel at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for choosing Acadiana's News Channel at 10. I'm Maddie Garrett. We start off tonight with severe weather around parts of Acadiana with more rain possibly on the way. Some residents already dealing with power outages across the area. Now let's head right over to Natalie Noah in the Weather Lab. And Natalie, do we have a rough night ahead of us?
Well, it looks like things will start to wind down tonight. Now, I do know that we have had a couple of stronger thunderstorms that have started to move through Acadiana, but wind gusts up to 30 to 40 miles an hour in these stronger storms. It looks like instability levels are going to start to minimize as we progress on through the night. But that's just from an impulse. It's just ahead of a cold front that will pass through, I would say, anytime after midnight. So if we go ahead and take a look at our satellite and radar picture over the last 6 hours, it is indicating that front showing up very well across northern Louisiana, the rain ahead of it, and that's what we've been experiencing over the last several hours. And I would say some of us getting about a half an inch to, I would say, a half an inch or less, I would say, hourly rates. But what we're going to be expecting advancing during those early morning commutes is that front that you see moving into northern Louisiana, or at least the most extreme northern western portions of the state. And that's what we'll be expecting overnight and early tomorrow morning. So only keeping slight rain chances mainly before sunrise. That's when we'll see the bulk of the rain moving into the rest of Acadiana. Once that front passes, it will start to dry out and cool off. Now, as far as severe weather goes, it looks like the SPC has dropped severe weather threat levels, but still won't rule out that stronger storm along that front heading into tonight. Now, a full detailed forecast and a look at the rest of your work week coming up.
We start news first by parish in Vermilion, where one man is dead, another behind bars in Abbeville after a shooting. It happened on South Lyman Road in Abbeville just before 4 this afternoon. Police say a man was shot multiple times behind a home on South Lyman. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. Police say Dedrick Mays turned himself in. He was booked on a second-degree murder charge. The identity of the victim has not been released. Also in Abbeville, a 20-year-old woman is dead after a crash. It happened around 10 o'clock last night north of US 167. Troopers say Alyssa Gibson of Rain was driving when she traveled off the road, hitting a ditch and then a tree. Gibson was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the car during the accident. She was pronounced dead at the scene. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. It's unknown if impairment was a factor. Crowley police are investigating a hit and run involving a bicyclist. Police say around 8 o'clock tonight, a vehicle hit the bicyclist and then drove off. It all happened at the intersection of 3rd Street and North Avenue E. No word on the extent of the victim's injuries. However, the bicyclist was taken to an area hospital. And also in Acadia Parish, Crowley police are investigating a shooting that happened earlier today. It happened around 3 p.m. at the intersection of F.L. Johnson and West Hutcherson Streets. There are no injuries to report, but police say they are trying to figure out if the shooter was aiming for a person when they shot at a vehicle. The cause of the incident is under investigation. In Lafayette, one man is behind bars after an accident last night. Lafayette police say Hector Hernandez was driving north on Ambassador Caffrey when he crossed the center line and hit another vehicle head-on. The driver and passenger of the other vehicle suffered moderate injuries and were taken to an area hospital. Hernandez was charged with OWI and vehicular injury. His bond is set at $20,000. And all is back to normal in Scott after a chemical spill earlier today. Crews say a crane's hydraulic line busted and spilled onto the roadways. Highway 93 to Mills Road was shut down so crews could clean up. The worst of the spill was at the intersection of Highway 93 and 98. Dirt was brought in to soak up the liquid, and traffic is back to normal. A new petition circulating online is grabbing a lot of attention, good and bad. You may have seen it and know it's not a joke. A petition to allow Louisiana to be peacefully removed from the Union. But is this even possible? KTC's Aaron Stuber finds out.
More than 10,000 people have already signed the petition, asking the White House to allow Louisiana to peacefully withdraw from the United States and create their own government.
This is totally, in my opinion, about the election didn't turn out the way a lot of people liked it to have turned out. And had Mitt Romney been elected, I think we wouldn't have necessarily seen these petitions. You know, you take these with a grain of salt. The state of Louisiana is not asking to secede from the Union.
But how are they doing this? It's easy. The Obama administration created a website called We the People. The website allows any American to create a petition voicing their opinion about the issues that matter most to them. It only takes a few minutes to set up an account, and if 25,000 signatures are collected within 30 days when the petition is started, the White House must respond.
Concerns about overreaching by the federal government, though, are something that are as southern as you know, cornbread. So in the context of the South, this is completely understandable. In the context of constitutional action, it means not much.
A man from Slidell created Louisiana's petition just a day after the election. But Louisiana isn't the only state. 18 others have also started similar petitions to the White House, all started by residents of the state. But even if the petitions get 25,000 signatures, is it possible for a state to secede?
No state can secede right now. The only way it would be possible would be if it passed by a constitutional amendment, which then would take 2/3 of both houses of Congress, 3/4 of all the states.
The deadline for Louisiana's petition is December 7th. Reporting in Lafayette, Aaron Stuber, KTC TV3.
Coming up, it's the first open house for the Home for the Holidays today. We'll take a look and let you know when you'll have another chance to check it out. Plus, we salute our veterans and current military personnel with Veterans Day events happening here and in our nation's capital. But first, will this weather clear up for the start of the week? Natalie has the answer next. As we go to a break, also take a look at local veterans that we salute on this Veterans Day. We'll be right back.